Okay, so following on from my previous video, which kind of showcased a few games that I wanted to mention for new Steam Deck owners or people that are just looking for something to play on their Steam Deck, I wanted to take this a little bit further and do a kind of a little video series where I'll take a look at some different games from specific genres. And the focus of this video is going to be card-based games. And I know they're not for everyone, but I really love card-based games. I've always loved card-based games. Maybe that's sparked by my original love for Pokemon trading card game when I was a kid, but yeah, I love deck builders, I love traditional card games, I love tabletop card games and everything in between. And I've been playing a lot of card games on Steam Deck, and I think it's really well suited for them. And I kind of wanted to take this video to talk about some of my favourites that I've been playing recently. Okay, let's go have a look. Okay, the first game that I want to talk about is Inscryption. This got quite popular following its release in about a year ago, I think now, and for good reason. It's really, really good. So basically what it is, it's like it is a roguelike deck builder, but it's so much more than that. There's really cool horror elements, kind of like psychological horror elements. There's really cool puzzles. I really don't want to spoil anything too much in this video, because you can probably tell from the footage and from my description whether you're going to like this or not, but essentially you're playing some kind of like a card game against a mysterious figure, and you're building your deck, you're going across this board, and the rules are constantly being bended. You kind of... There's a certain point in the game where it sort of becomes a lot more than a card game, and you will know what I'm talking about if you played it, but I don't want to ruin anything, I don't want to spoil anything for you. If this looks interesting, if you're into psychological horror, if you think this art style looks really cool, the kind of dark and mysterious and almost gritty art style, it's really good. It's really dark, it's really spooky almost. I guess it's perfect for winter in that sense. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was really good, and it's very well suited for Steam Deck for sure. There's some really unique like fourth wall breaking aspects as well. Yeah, it's just a really well made game. It's published by Devolver Digital, who are notorious for publishing really cool games. And yeah, if you think this looks good, if you're into roguelike deck builders and you've not played this one, you absolutely should. It was also announced recently at the Nintendo Indie World that it's going to be coming to Switch on December 1st, I think. So that's also a good reason to kind of play it now, I guess, before the Switch version comes along, so you can talk about it with people that are looking to play the Switch version. And yeah, it's just a really well-made game. I would definitely recommend this one. Okay, the next game I want to talk about is Wingspan. Now, this one I think was originally a tabletop card game, a physical card game, and it was digitalized and made into a game. And I've not played the physical version, but the Steam version is really good. It's really good. I didn't really know what to expect coming into this, but I gave it a go, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this one. It's not a deck builder. It's more like a traditional card game where you have kind of all these different birds. Basically each card is a bird, and you can put them in different locations within your kind of... You have like 3 habitats, and the goal is basically to kind of outwit your opponent with different combinations of cards and where you place them, and it's really well made. I really enjoyed this one. It is also up to 5 players, I think, so it could be a cool one to play with friends. I think that would be really fun. It's also quite a relaxing game. I don't know whether that's to do with the game itself. I don't really think it's to do with the game itself. I think it's more to do with the art style and the music and the setting, and everything that goes with it is kind of really relaxing. It kind of puts you in this nice little cozy state of mind, and I really enjoyed it. I would recommend this one if you like card games, if you like traditional card games, or tabletop card games. It kind of encompasses those more than the deck builder roguelike genre that we talked about previously. But yeah, give this one a go. It's good. Okay, the next game I want to talk about is Slay the Spire, and I know this is a very popular game, but I had never actually played this until a few weeks ago, and which is kind of crazy considering how much I love card games. I just never got the chance to get around to playing this one, but it's really good. And I wanted to put this in anyway, even though it's so popular, because it plays super well on Steam Deck. It's absolutely perfectly polished. It's really, really good. And I would really recommend playing this if you've not played it before, because yeah, I'm sure there's more people out there like me that haven't played this. But if you've not heard of this by any chance, it's a roguelike deck builder. So I guess Inscryption was also under that umbrella, but it plays very, very differently to Inscryption. So you'll kind of start off with a really weak deck, essentially, and you're building it up as you go ahead and defeat all these bosses and kind of gather cards and powers, and there's so many different combinations that you can conjure up. There's these relics that you can kind of... You're trying to plan everything out in your head as you go along, and it makes you think. It's difficult, but not crushing, and it's a really, really well-made card game. Very good game. Yeah, this was the game that kind of cemented roguelike deck builders into the mainstream, and for a very good reason. If you're into card games and you've not played this one like myself, yeah, you really need to. I wish I played this sooner, honestly. Now, the final game I want to spotlight is stretching the term card-based game quite a little bit, but I want to feature it anyway, because it plays really well on Steam Deck and it's a very good game, and it has cards. So, yeah, I'm putting it in here. So this game is Neon White. I played this to completion originally on PC, on mouse and keyboard, and I played it recently to check it out on Steam Deck, and it plays really, really well. And my favourite thing about it is the gyro is really cool. So you can use a community-made controller layout which uses gyro, and it controls really nicely. It's really fluid, it's really smooth, and I really enjoyed it, and this is a very, very good way to play this game. Gyro aiming is the only way you will get me to play an FPS game on controller. I don't like aiming with analog stick. I could do it kind of a little bit, but for precise aiming like this game requires, and basically any FPS really, gyro aiming is really cool if you don't have a mouse, and I think it's really good for this game. So yeah, if you've not gathered by now, Neon White is, it is an FPS. I would call it an FPS, but it's not really. It's more like a card-based puzzle game with aiming. That's what I would call it. It's really good. It's really good. The story is pretty much, it's really bad, to be honest, but just skip it, I would say, because the gameplay itself is really, really good. I don't know why they put such a bad story in here. It was really cringy. I didn't like it absolutely at all, but the gameplay is incredible, so I'm gonna recommend it even though the story is bad. So it's basically like you have these cards which are guns, but you have to be really strategic as to when you use the cards for different scenarios. You can't just shoot everything because you have a very limited amount of bullets. And yeah, it almost turns into a combat puzzle, kind of like what Doom Eternal does, but to the extreme. So in Doom, you kind of have to think your way around the combat scenarios and think about positioning and where you're going to go next and always be one step ahead. But this game pushes that a step further, and you have to think about your positioning as well as where you're going to go. You have to think about shortcuts, you have to think about anything that could kind of help you out. You have to be thinking about so much stuff, like a good card game should be, but like a lot of card games that give you a lot of time to think about it, you have to do this and make split-second decisions at the same time. And I really enjoyed this. It's, yeah, as I said, it's a puzzle game really, but it involves aiming. That's the only way that I would consider it an FPS. But if you like puzzle games and card games, even if you don't like FPS games, I would still say to give this one a shot, because it's not really a first-person shooter. It's more like a puzzle game where you have to aim. And it's also really empowering to complete a level and then go back and try and shave off your time and get good scores. Every single level I did in this game when I played it the first time, I completed it. I got the mystery item that's in every level, and I got the best rank I possibly could, because it just feels so good to kind of get the best rank on a level, almost like in a Sonic game. It's really good. give this one a go if this sounds like your thing. Okay, so that sums up my picks for card-based games to play on Steam Deck. Of course, if you don't have a Steam Deck, these are also on Steam as well, on PC, and many of these are also on Switch and other consoles. So yeah, if you like the look of any of these, do give them a go. There is more that I could have talked about, but I want to try and keep these videos not super long. I want to try and make them kind of like a bite-sized little video, really. I just want to highlight some games that I've been playing recently in that genre and that I think you should check out if they look cool. But yeah, I will be doing this for more genres, and I guess if I play more card games and you guys like this video, I could do another one on this genre, but I want to focus on some different genres, so there's kind of a video for everyone's interests and niche that they might want to experience on Steam Deck, really. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of games on Steam Deck, also a lot of games not on Steam Deck, and there will be some videos unrelated to Steam Deck, kind of to do with indie games, PC games, Switch games, other stuff. This channel is kind of a bit of everything, really. It's just me talking about games. That's the vision, really. Yeah, if you like this video, please do give it a like, and most importantly, subscribe. It really helps me out. And if you want to see more videos like this, do let me know in the comments. Let me know your favourite card-based games, whether you've been playing them on Steam Deck or something else. And yeah, perhaps any other genres that you want me to look into next. I'm super into Metroidvanias, so I want to do one on that. Roguelikes possibly could be another one. RPGs, JRPGs. But yeah, I have a lot of ideas. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all soon.